Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am in Rogers' parking lot. I went out to do a few things and I thought I would stop and chat with you before I go back home. I'm ready to go home now. I did all my shit and now it's time to go home. And yeah, I look like a hot mess, like usual. But my hair is super flat because I didn't blow dry it. It's starting to be that kind of weather where I don't blow dry my hair because I'm not freezing my ass off. Although I was cold today and I have winter shirt on. See, winter shirt has sleeves this long. And now I'm hot. I actually am, so I'm going to have to put the car on, I guess. It's 52 degrees, and I do have the AC on. It is almost the weekend, and although I can go out on weekends now, I had made a rule for myself for the winter that I could not go out on weekends. I wanted to know that I was free to just stay home all weekend long when I know there's no appointments, and I could just work because that's what I love to do. And I said, I'll rethink it in the spring. Obviously, this summer, when I have Skylar here, we're going to be going out on weekends. And I was like, shit, I got to go get milk and a few things. And I thought I could go out this weekend because it's officially spring, even though it didn't feel like spring ever. But today feels spring-y, spring-ish, like it's on the way. Still have snow here and there, though, but most of the snow is gone, at least in the front of my house. I don't know what there is in the driveway. I didn't notice. So it's a warm day, 52 degrees, and I went out first to mail the eBay packages that I had. And when I was leaving my house, I noticed that the packages from the Frenzy that I got ready for today's pickup this morning had not been picked up, and I didn't want to lug all that into the car and bring that with me to the post office. So I went to the post office to mail my packages because I have to go in. Our mailbox is still out of commission, and it's been broken into so many times that it can't be repaired. So they're waiting for a new one, and they said it could be a long time. And I have a feeling they're right, because it has been a long time already. So I went in, and I mailed my stuff, the small packages, and I told the woman my packages didn't get picked up this morning for Click and Ship, and I gave her my address, and she just looked at me like she had no clue what I was talking about. And I said, Click and Ship, where I put in that I have an order to be picked up, and then the carrier comes in the morning and picks up the packages. Yeah, I think he might have been out today. I says, well, then somebody else is supposed to come and pick up the packages. She goes, yeah, I don't know how that works. And then she said, I don't normally work here. And I said, do you at least work for the post office? It's like, yeah, but our post office only is P.O. boxes. I don't know. I just don't know. Anybody who works for the post office should understand what Click and Ship is. I don't get it. I just don't get it. So I said, well, can you please tell someone that the packages did not get picked up at my house? And so she went out back for, seems like forever. It was probably a solid minute. And she came back and said, the supervisor says he'll make sure they get picked up. So I hope they do. I'm testing them. I've had to complain to headquarters several times because they just don't pick them up for me. I don't know. Then I went to Family Dollar, and I'll show you that mini haul because I wanted bread for my mother, and she likes the bread there. Picked up a few other things, and then I came here to Rogers because I need meat. I have plenty of ground beef, at least for another week, I would say. But I am out of steaks and or roasts. I took my last roast out today, so I wanted to come here and see what they had, and they still had my London broil on sale. It is so tender. I ate my last steak of that today, so I'm so glad. All right, so let's start with Family Dollar. Well, let's start with this that I just picked up at Rogers. Milk. I don't know. It's like $3.75 for a gallon. Here He sells it at the minimum state price. He sells it as low as the state allows. We have rules for milk because we're a dairy state. I guess I'm starting with Rogers. Haddock. I have been eating just beef. I ate just beef and water for over 2 weeks, and then I introduced some chicken, and I kind of was wanting haddock. And I'm not usually here on Thursdays. This is the day they get it fresh from the ocean. So I picked one up. It's a white flaky fish that kicks ass. It is good. $6.99 per pound. So I paid $8.84 for this piece of haddock, which I used to go fishing for on my daddy's lobster boat. We would go out on weekends, deep sea fishing, to go fish for haddock. And then I also got some chicken drumsticks, thighs. Are they thighs? No, the thigh is the other little part that I like. These are drums. I just didn't know. All of a sudden, drums sounded like just chicken wings, but no, these are called drums. And I paid $1.29, so I paid $3.16 for these, which I will broil in my oven. I'm actually hoping to have a variety for dinner tonight. A chicken drum, some haddock, and some steak. Although I had steak today, maybe I'll just have some hamburger patties with that. A pound of hamburger patties. I don't know. I'm going to eat something. Let's put it that way. Is that all I got there? Oh, no. And then my London broil, I got 5 of these packages. They were all like 7. This one is 702. There was some like 748 or whatever. $3.29 per pound. They're all over 2 pounds. And I got 10 steaks total. And there's some nice marbling in there, so tender. I put it on the pan, on the hot pan, for like 2 minutes on high, and then I flip it for 2 minutes on high. And if it's, you know, a little bit thicker, I might do that again on each side, and then I just turn the burner off, and I leave it sitting there. And then I go and slice it all thin. And it's like really raw in the middle. I like rare, but I actually love raw meat. I could eat a whole steak like this raw, but I just don't do the raw thing. I like to cook it. You know, I don't eat meat because I think I need to eat it raw for any kind of health benefits. And people think it's gonna kill you if you eat it raw. So that would be a form of suicide. I might actually choose, if I had to kill myself, eat until the steak kills me. But raw beef is so good, like so way good. I don't know if it's a French-Canadian thing, but it's like really popular that all the French-Canadian families, you know, bring out the ground beef and it's like handfuls of it raw. I don't know. Okay, probably too much information, but it's true. So, Skylar likes raw beef too. I picked up 10 steaks. I don't know what I was going to tell you. Oh yeah, so then I slice it and then I put it back into the pan. I turn the burner back on after letting the meat just sit there for like 5 minutes or so. And I slice it and then I put those slices in the pan on high and just flip them over a little bit. Oh, so good. Just so good. So tender. And then let's see. Okay, that's it for Rogers. Chicken, fish, beef, and milk. Family Dollar, I got my mother this bread that she loves so much. Oven fresh white bread. And, you know, she just likes it. She loves bread, but she loves white bread, but she's fussy-ish, kind of, with the white bread. She doesn't like it to break up. She likes it to be soft, but not too soft. She doesn't like a doughy bread. Like, if you push on it, it just stays flat. She doesn't like that. Oh, yeah, and at Family Dollar, I also picked up this for her. 2 little French horns. These are called French twirls, but they're the cream horns is what we call them. And there's just it's just a flaky pastry with cream shoved inside. And I got her 2 cans of, oh, that was $1 for the 2 cream horns. And then I got her 2 cans of mixed vegetables, 65 cents a piece, like that. I asked her, would you like a can of sardines in mustard? Because I said, Family Dollar has them for $1. And she said, yes, I want that. She likes it in mustard. So, sardines for $1. And then last but not least, I did get her some pinto beans that I will open this can, rinse them, drain them, and freeze them. And then I use beans when I make her meals or soup. She just gets little bits of beans. I do a lot of cooking for my mother on my exclusive videos. You know, it's not like I'm showing you actual recipes, but you get to see all the stuff she eats that I make for her lunch and stuff. And that's inside Patreon and YouTube memberships, and you can see all that info down below if you care to go look. That's all I got. So now I'm going to be going home. I'm glad I don't have to stop and do the mail. I already did that. I just have to make sure they pick it up, or I will have to call them to remind them once again. And I'm going to be putting up some penny auctions. This is Thursday, March 28th. And when I do the premiere for this, maybe they'll be up by then, maybe not. If they are up, I'll leave the link in my in the chat for the premiere, but the link is always in the description box of my videos, at least the current ones, so you can go find it there, or you can go to my blog, darlenemichaud.com, and you'll see all kinds of stuff there. And then I want to do some crocheting, but I think I need to order cotton yarn. I want to make like a summer garment crocheted, and I need cotton yarn for that. That will be a tutorial for you guys coming up, well, not too soon, because I'm going to be recording it while I make it, and I have to finish it by the time you see it. I don't want it to be a series. I'd like it to be one video. I don't know. I have to bring my sewing machine in to be repaired, and I really need to do that, and I hate to be without it, but I thought if I bring it in to be repaired, it might be a good time to pull out my sergers, at least one of them, and thread those, clean those, get those up to par, and start using those. And I'd like to do some serged quilt blocks. Could be super fun. I think I saw somebody once make serged strip quilt, and she left the serged edges on the right side and just, I don't know if she just left them loose or folded them down. I would fold them down and then sew over them. That might be interesting to do stuff like that. So anyway, I'm going to get going. I guess I should go home. I'm not going to do the ride along. I will do some ride-alongs this summer, especially when I have Skylar, when we start riding to different places that you haven't seen 1,000 times. Even if it's just around town, we can do different streets or whatever. And I guess that is it, you guys. I'd love to show you the libraries. Skylar and I love to go to the libraries, and we have 2 that we go to. So, you know, stuff like that. All right, I'm going to hang up now and go home and get my little ass... No, that's so not the right term. I'm going to go home and get busy. That's all I can do, and that's all I want to do. Just go home and get busy. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit, and I will be back with more soon. Bye!